Well, so we have to do the discussions. We have in the studio Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Is a member of Parliament for Minsha, and thanks for joining me, sir.
Thank you, and good morning.
Are you involved in the campaign?
Yes, we all have different roles. I am a parliamentary candidate for starters.
Okay.
And then just last weekend, I was in my constituency unveiling another part of the campaign. Besides, I'm the sector spokesperson for health. So the team I work with is developing our health issues for 2016 when we get into government.
So it means it's not ready.
Huh?
Your team is not ready for the manifesto, or you're putting it together.
I know that the different sectors are developing it, and I think we possibly have finished like about 98%. As to the themes and the generalities as well done. We providing detailed policy briefs to back those issues we are raising. For whoever God will touch the heart of our presidential candidate to make a Minister of Health to start running from day one.
Yeah, well, we'll be doing the main discussion soon. But what do you make of a certain argument that was developed in the media and the various discussion platforms about manifestos and when it should be launched and when it's not supposed to be launched, and well, all of you, the MPP and NDC, accusing each other of stealing each other's ideas, etc., to the point that even the president had to make a commentary on it.
The fact that the president will indulge in such trivia baffles me, and I tend to think what time he has for the daily tasks he's supposed to do on behalf of Ghanaians. This is not the first time the president is involved in trivia, and I think it also belies the fact of what we are going through in the country. We don't seem to have leadership in this country, and what is supposed to be important is not important and is left. What is trivia is rather highlighted by His Excellency himself. It's very, very sad indictment on himself. But let me say, what is the manifesto?
It's a document that tends to outline what a party wants to go by way of its development.
So what is the fuss? It's probably arising from the fact that there are certain groups of people in this country who have no originality of thought.
And that should be the NDC?
You have labeled them correctly. And without that originality of thought, they live and speak and abide by what I call propaganda, simply put. Because they make noise without delivering. And they do exactly opposite of what they say they're going to do. Right? Let me give you one. The president says his next term, his 12-year tenure, or his third term, he is going to be involved in job creation. What is the business of coming about, I may ask? So are the NDC telling us that in the 8 years they have been in power, they were not concerned about job creation? Of course, they were not concerned, because the reality is, when you look at the IMF document President Mills signed and the IMF document President Mahama signed, it precluded even employment. The only time Ghanaians could employ, the government could employ, bearing in mind that government is the biggest employer, in President Mills' time, was for replacement in the health and education sectors. That was the first IMF document they signed. The second one President Mahama signed is probably worse than President Mills. Not only does it preclude employment, we are going to have layoffs in 2017. So when he starts talking about, of course, they don't abide by the manifesto, so they can paint the brightest hope in their manifesto. So next manifesto is going to be about job creation. When he was appending his signature to the IMF document, that there should be no employment, that reduce your salary burden. How does he just oppose that with creating employment?
But it also means that even if it's an Nana presidency, and
Nana will have the moral authority to renegotiate
with the IMF.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
President Mahama, if God gives us President Mahama again, he's lost all moral integrity and moral authority to renegotiate with the IMF, right? If you go and sign a deal with me that promises me that from next year I'm going to take people off the payroll Then you win the elections and you can, oh, I want to renege. But something is just not adding up.
Well, we're still having in the studio Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. He will be joined by the NDC Greater Accra Regional Chairman Joseph Ni Adekoka. And that's why we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll invite into the discussion Joseph Ni Adekoka. Do stay on. Well, so we have, and you should know, Joseph Ni Adekoka has joined the discussion. And, you know, when he was not ready, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, MP for Minsha, was there talking about the manifesto, because we even just played an instance of the president saying he's not worried and delays about manifesto, etc., and not the whole debate. And rather, the NDC has the original ideas. The NPP says you don't have the original ideas.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
My junior brother here, he's my nephew, so that he knows how to behave when he's with his father.
Right.
And listen to something. The MPP should be happy if you are stealing their manifesto.
You mean if they are stealing the idea, they should be happy?
They should be happy.
It means you're your copycat.
I'm coming. No, let me finish, please. They should be happy because we are doing what they want to do. So why should they be worried? I mean, this is preposterous. You know that. I mean. We have our manifesto. It's ready. And we are going to launch it. We are not afraid of anybody's. We are not waiting to copy somebody's manifesto. We know what we are. We know what we are about. We are a social democratic party, and they are property-owning democracy. So we are poles apart. So I don't think there's anything to worry about. We are a social democratic party, and they are property-owning democracy. So for me, I don't think there should be any. Everybody should go and launch his manifesto and let the people of Ghana make a choice. But the choice is clear. As we are sitting now, what they say they are going to do, we are already doing it. Their flag bearer was stood in London, UK, and said he was going to improve on ICT. And we have put the fiber optic system in place. We go to Tema Enclave, just behind you here. Next week, the president is going to commission the IT village. So, ICT village. So I don't know what they are talking about. When they talk about schools, we are building the schools. We are trying our best to eliminate the schools on the tree. We talk about the economy. Yeah, definitely. When I started school at Radiant Way, we were sitting on benches.
Where?
Radiant Way. When I started school, the classroom was under a tree, a shed. We had a block here, a block on both sides with a Wawa board on it, and we're sitting on it.
Decades ago.
Decades ago. So that is not new. Because people start schools in their bedrooms, and eventually it becomes a bigger institution. The Penweth, the Radiant Ways, the Ghana Nationals, they all started without structures, and eventually, so it is a continuous that you have to continually be eliminating schools. And that.
I had one of the top schools in Cape Coast, for example, started in the castle.
At the Sada was started where the top hill, and it was started in somebody's shed. You remember the Sada of all schools?
Yes. He can't remember because he wasn't there.
But it's an old boy.
But he can't remember.
But at the end of the day, is a subject of what is the content of the manifestos and how the parties can deliver. Because, I mean, sometimes the things that you two parties are promising, and it's as if Ghanaians have no alternative than any other party. Between the two of you, we only have to choose one because of what the history is.
The manifesto
is you put in so much content, and the deliverables sometimes just have certain limitations.
No, the manifesto is a living document. Every manifesto is a living document. You know, as you go, nobody can profess to say that they resolve the issues of Ghana within a certain time frame, 4 years or 8 years. Otherwise, it will be a miracle. You give an intention of what you want to do, and you strive to your best of your ability to ensure that the intentions are turned into realities. And that's exactly what a manifesto is about, right? And when you go to a manifesto, you'll be able to have evidence of the things that you profess to want to do, that you have been able to achieve some of them. And then you continue. It's a living document. It's not static. So now, what we are going to do is to improve on what we said the last time. So I don't see where we are going to plagiarize somebody's idea. So for me, this fighting about manifestos is neither here nor there. I believe that You should go and sell your programs to the people of this country to the best of your ability, and your track record will show. And we have got the track record. As I was yesterday, we started on this Greater Accra Regional Tour. I mean, one thing that hit me was a promise we gave the people of Adan, that from Kase to Adan proper, if you have been going to the Asafo tour, a journey to take about 20 minutes will take about an hour.
So you did the road?
The road has been done. And for me,
that's gratifying.
For me, because I've been driving on that road, and I know how dangerous that road was, right? And for me alone, so if I live in Adan, and now I can traverse that small 22 kilometers with peace of mind. To me, it has started and it's changing my life.
Okay.
And that is what we are talking about.
And Nanado also, and it's captured. They said the two of them are battling for Greater Accra. It's captured in one of the papers this morning. And Nanado was in one of the nursing colleges in the country, went to Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and promised that all allowances that had been withdrawn to teacher training colleges, but the nursing colleges also will be reinstated. Possible?
Oh, I thought.
No, it was you. Hell, yeah, because you said.
Of course, it's possible. Of course, within 24 hours after MPP coming back to power, we will restore teacher training allowances and nurses training allowances.
No holds barred. Nothing.
Why? They have money to pay for all sorts of useless things. Useless, absolutely useless things. They bring in political beaters that charges ECG rates and John Hama rates. And we can't have money to do this. We will have the money. The savings will be made by these corrupt soul sourcing deals. The savings that would more than pay for teacher training and nursing training colleges. It's the least of the problems of MPP. Leadership is about improving the human condition. That is what leadership is about. That is what leadership is about. If I see my uncle's human condition improved, belongs to NDC, I am happy. But if I see Ghanaians being taken for granted and being abused on the altars of propaganda, I am worried. That is why I am worried when in the midst of floods, somebody tells me that my president went to observe floods with a 39,000 pound Ducati motorbike. I get worried.
Please.
Because aside the propaganda, you cannot observe floods with the motorbike. We saw the president leaving with the motorbike. Where did he go? Who has evidence of where he went? So that is the propaganda I don't want. If you put in your manifesto that you build 200 secondary schools in 4 years, and God willing, you come into power, and you come and announce after you appointed the Minister of Education that we're going to build 50 a year, I don't expect you after 36 months to tell me I've completed 5 and 123 at the various stages of completion. That is what is making Ghanaians feel dishonest, that our politicians are dishonest. That dishonesty in governance, that impunity, it was a minister under John Mahama's government who went to stand somewhere in here, very, very close, and said he doesn't wonder why the same 6-unit classroom block built by government cost nearly 590,000, and an NGO will build the same school for 180. Isn't it the government minister who said that? Who operates that procurement system? When people come and say some party is property owning, have they read the directive principles of state policy, the constitution they claim to implement? Have they read it? When the teeming masses go and ask the granite seller why he's selling granites, the whole total capital of that granite, because he's buying things for himself and he's improving his human condition. Shouldn't we encourage such a person? Should we give 51 million or 38 million euros to faceless companies? Go to the microfinance companies, how much they loan to small people around the countryside. 100 cities, 150 cities. And we have the nerve to tell Ghanaians, after so much wastage in shady, corrupt deals. My uncle here, when he was doing his normal monitoring, even an intra-party elections, because they have raised the stakes of corruption so high in this country, he was nearly lynched.
Where?
Greater Accra Regional Chairman was lynched by his own people in this country. We had him on all the radio stations. He's my uncle. I want him to live to see when God gives me the glory. But you see, We take things for granted in this country. That because we can say things and make it so colorful that Ghanaians will vote for us, that is the end. Governance is about improving the human condition. The teacher training and the nursing training, if it's going to affect any, of course. President Muhammad took 200 million of SADA money and blew it to smithereens. What did he achieve for it? Show me one single achievement for the SADA 200 million. Meanwhile, in their own manifesto, they promised a seed money of $200 million and every year 100 million for the next 4 years. They delivered only 200 million. And even the 200 million, what happened to it? I haven't seen a president take so much for his people and squander it in the way President Muhammad did. If 200 million, 1 million had been given to all the 43 MPs or 46 MPs, or so 50 MPs in the savannah areas, to implement projects that would improve the human condition, we would have had better value for money.
And that's what the MP would give it to each MP.
I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you. Go to constituencies.
I'm also asking to. Just relax.
I'm just telling you.
I want us to change the subject. Okay, it seems that you are
political.
You want to comment on the motorbike.
It is very.
Which one is that you want to comment?
You want to comment on the motorbike?
No, not the motorbike.
Is it a Bugatti? What's
Ducati. It's a luxury motorbike. It's a Porsche. It's the Porsche.
Look, I don't want to go.
What's that? Ducati.
Yeah. I don't want to go that way. It's very interesting. It's interesting to go.
Because he's a property owner.
You know, let me tell you something. This is somebody who says that immediately they come to power, within 24 hours, they're going to reduce. We were here.
Say reduce.
Restore. We were here. Did you hear of the Kumipeku demonstrations? Exactly the same thing.
No, he didn't hear the Kumipeku.
Did you see the Kumipeku?
He saw the June killing of heads of states.
Please.
He saw the killing of heads of states. He didn't hear the Kumipeku.
I kept quiet.
Okay.
I kept quiet. Please.
Sorry.
You saw
the subject.
No, please. You saw the Kumipeku
demonstration.
He wants me to go back there.
They said when they come, when they come, they are going to scrap the VAT.
Okay.
Nobody
when
said
they came, we did a twinkle of an eye. The threshold, right?
The Daily Guide says that. The Daily Guide.
Please, I'll finish.
The Daily Guide. The Daily Guide says that Kufuor Mahama fights for Accra.
I'll come there.
So I read the summary and then I change the subject.
Let me finish.
The Greater Accra region appears to be the battleground for the 2016 elections in November.
You are letting the man get away with murder.
As the two parties have taken over the region, and we know that Nanado went to some fishing community and said that petroling will stop.
Exactly.
And then Jomama also went to some community and said that their roads will be improved. Already we've seen some improvements in some, he said. And then he said that government was fulfilling its promises. So on and on we go. Okay, so now let's change the subject.
That's
in Parliament.